Welcome to a brand new video. On this video, I want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, the Washington football team, and the Philadelphia Eagles. I want to talk about the podcast before I get to those three teams. I know there has not been a bunch of podcasts lately. I understand that it says Monday through Friday, but they're not coming out Monday through Friday. And the only reason why that's happening is because I'm working on making the channel better. I'm working on getting some stuff for the channel, which I hope will make the channel better and will make the content even better for you guys. But going into what I'm going to talk about on this video, let me start with the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have released cornerback Clinton Dix, which for me was the only player that has somewhat of an experience playing the cornerback position. The Dallas Cowboys have a dire need when it comes to the cornerback position, but have decided to release the one player that has somewhat of a experience in Clinton Dix yesterday. I think yesterday or the day before, which to me only can mean one thing. The Dallas Cowboys are interested in Earl Thomas, who in the past played for the Seattle Seahawks and the Baltimore Ravens and helped the Seattle Seahawks win a Super Bowl in that great defense that was the Seattle defense in the I think it was 2014, 2015 year, somewhere in that time frame. But to me, this only can mean that they're going to bring him in because I don't think they want to get into the 2020 season with a rookie cornerback, and Brown, who probably doesn't have a bunch of experience in the cornerback position. The Dallas Cowboys have basically no experience in the cornerback position, and them deciding to cut Clinton Dix, which, by the way, has not been playing a bunch of good football lately. But as I said before, he is the only person, the only one player that probably has somewhat of an experience playing the cornerback position. So they release him, and they know that Earl Thomas is out there. Earl Thomas has not been signed yet. Earl Thomas has came in the past to the Dallas Cowboys locker room and said, "Come and get me." But the Dallas Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, have said, "We're not going to tell you anything. If we're going to get him, you will know when we get him. If he's signed, you will know when it happens." But to me, this only can mean that they're working on something. The Dallas Cowboys have about $17 million in cap space, which I believe they may want to save for Dak Prescott, but they also have a dire need at the cornerback position. They don't have a bunch of experience. So watch for some kind of movement after probably week one of the NFL season, after the LA game, because after week one, Earl Thomas $30 million, or the money that he was gonna get paid by Baltimore, is not gonna be guaranteed anymore. So watch out for movements from Dallas after week one. Now let's talk about the Carson Wentz situation, the offensive line situation with the Eagles. The Eagles are in trouble, if you ask me. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan and I want the Eagles to suffer when it comes to football. No, that's not why I am saying that. The Eagles are in trouble. The Eagles are in trouble because I think all of their left side of the offensive line has a problem. They are down to basically backups at that left side of the offensive line. So which brings me to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, who has a soft tissue injury already. The Eagles don't want to come out and say this is the problem. This is the injury. He may not play week 1. They have not said that, but with absolutely a week left, with the NFL season starting next Thursday, expect the Eagles to start the rookie quarterback, which they picked up in the first round. And the Eagles fans were pissed, but the Eagles picked up a quarterback for this reason. Carson Wentz is an injury-prone player. Carson Wentz has a problem of not being able to stay on the field. He has literally gone to the Super Bowl and not played in the Super Bowl. Nick Foles is not the backup anymore. They needed a backup, and they got a backup. Now, are they going to use him in the same situation that the Saints are using their backup quarterback? Maybe. Maybe that's what they are trying to do. But with this injury, I am saying Carson Wentz is not starting week 1. Expect the backup to start. They have receiver problems. They have injuries to receivers. Um, this is going to be an injury season for the Eagles. This is going to be a difficult season for the Eagles because of injuries. And this is a part of football, if you ask me. And with preseason not happening, with the normal offseason not happening, the Eagles are in trouble. Now, let's talk about the Washington football team. The Washington football team, to me, is a team that probably ends up winning five games, going 5-10. Because 5-10 or 5-11, somewhere like that. Because they don't have a bunch of talent. They named their starting quarterback, but they released their running back. They don't have a bunch of talent when it comes to the receiving core. Their defense is not that great, so I don't expect the Redskins to do a bunch of things when it comes to the 2020 season. Going back to the Eagles, let's talk about what they're going to do this season. If they can stay healthy, and that's a big if Carson Wentz can stay on the field with that offensive line, with that left side of the offensive line, having problems and being injured, and half of their starting offensive line players out. If Carson Wentz can stay healthy, and if they can fight through this injury time and do something this season in the NFC East, the two teams that are going to be fighting for a playoff spot are going to be the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles. I don't think the Giants are going to do anything. I don't think the Giants are in a position where they can be a contender for the playoffs. Because if you ask me, even though they have, I think they're arguably one of the best running backs in the league, but they are in rebuilding mode. They have a coach who has not coached in the NFL. If you ask me, even though Jason Garrett is the offensive coordinator, I'm saying he's the head coach because he's the one person in that coaching staff that has an experience of being a head coach. Even though he's Coach Clapp and he only knows 8-8. But if you see where the Giants are, 8-8 is a great improvement for the Giants. Now, going back to the Washington Redskins and or the Washington football team. I'm sorry for calling them the Washington Redskins. That's just a habit I now have been calling them, as all of us have done, the Washington Redskins. But their name is the Washington Football Team. That's all I'll call them, the Washington Football Team. Going back to them, um, here's my take. They've released Adrian Peterson. I don't know why. I know his production when it comes to receiving the ball, being able to receive the ball in the backfield has really gone down, and he's probably 45, 46 years of age, but he's a beast. He's a freak of nature. And they have released Adrian Peterson, and they have a rookie running back as the starter running back going into the season. Love has not been named the starter yet, but if you see the practices and the drills that they do at the Washington Football Team practice facility, the reports that are coming out of there are saying Love is getting all the touches when it comes to the backfield. So they will be led by Love at the running back position. But as I said before, they have a quarterback that has a bunch of proving to do still. They don't have the receiving core that they had previously. We don't know what Ron Rivera is going to be able to do with this team. Ron Rivera in the past has had some success, but in the past couple of years in Carolina, he has not been able to do um, great things. And I know he didn't have Cam Newton. He had a backup quarterback. He didn't have Cam Newton. He didn't have his starting quarterback. And it's hard to win games with a backup quarterback. But for me, the standings go like this: the Eagles or the Dallas Cowboys. And it comes down to if the Eagles can stay healthy and get away from the injury bug that they are in right now. If they can do that, then it would be a fight between the Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys for the first place in the division and the second place in the division. If not, it would be the Dallas Cowboys will probably win 10 games, and the Eagles probably will win 10 and a half games or 9 games and will end up in the second place. That's if they can stay healthy, and it may come down to the last game of the season or a divisional game or something like that. That's how the NFC East always happens. That's how the NFC East always goes. So it will come down to a final game if the Eagles can stay healthy. If not, the Eagles probably will finish second and probably will limp in to the playoffs. And then we'll see what they're going to be able to do in the playoffs. And it will be depending on what the Eagles can do, it will be the Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Redskins. If the Eagles can stay healthy. If not, it would be Cowboys, Eagles, Eagles, Giants, and Redskins. Because the Redskins or the Washington Football Team are not ready to make any challenges when it comes to the playoffs. The same with the Giants. They'll probably end up 8-8. That's my take when it comes to the NFC East. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking. It's always appreciated. If you like what you're listening to, please don't forget to go and hit that subscribe button. As I said in the beginning, the podcast will be back. I'm just working on some things to improve the podcast. And the podcast should be back by the time the NFL season starts. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking. It's always appreciated. Until next time, peace out.